The atomic bomb.
And he scores on the last play of the game. Unbelievable.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quincy Bell Sports, and today we have some more college football picks. Now, there aren't that many good games this week. Not gonna lie, a lot of teams play that cupcake team they have, but there are some good games. We have our two featured ones, and I screwed up the board. I made the featured games way too big, and there's only 14 games on here because I try to make these videos as interesting as possible. Like, Notre Dame's gonna kill New Mexico, and like, there's not a lot of real. There's a bunch of really FCS teams. I'm talking. It's crazy how many cupcake games there are. So I tried to take the most interesting ones I could find to put them on this board. And I saw a comment that said you should write the names in as they go. Well, I'm left-handed, and it wouldn't really be feasible to write, so I did you one better. There are covers on each of the scores that we will flip when we get to that team. That's what I do for the featured games, but we're going to do them for all of them. So I hope that helps. First game, Washington State at Houston. Now, I think this could be a trap game. The Pac-12, oh my god, they've been dropping like flies. Auburn loses, Stanford lost. Washington lost to Cal. I want to see the Pac-12 do well, but it's not going to happen. I think this could be another instance where the Pac-12 gets upset. Because Houston at home, I feel like could be a stingy team, but I do think Washington State will win 35-17. But don't be surprised if Houston pulls one out. I'm going to be throwing it at the camera every time, by the way. Indiana and Ohio State. Here's another one. My friend's an Indiana fan. He thinks that Indiana will win. I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think, but I do think Ohio State will hang on to get a win. Penn State at Pitt. This also could be an interesting game, but I do think Penn State ends up getting a win right there. And, oh my, get over there. Maryland at Temple. Now, Maryland killed Syracuse last week. It was like 63-20 or something crazy like that. I think they can do the same to Temple. Maryland has been sort of a team that I've been surprised about. They have really come out and shocked me this year. So, yeah. Maryland's been a team that shocked me. I feel like they can maybe do some damage here in this game again. They've just, not been putting the back... Well, they have been putting the backups in, but it's like they're trying 100% all the time, so they've been scoring points in the 70s. Alabama at South Carolina. Sorry, SEC Football Tube. I think this one is a blowout. I'm sorry. Alabama doesn't really get upset a lot of the time. They come in and they usually take care of business against weak teams. This is one I thought about putting as one of the featured games. Stanford UCF. This will be a good game. I think UCF is going to have their hands full at home against a very good Stanford team. But coming all the way from California all the way down to Florida is a very long flight. I think being away from their home crowd, and UCF plays very well at home. I think UCF gets a close win there. I think that'll be a pretty good game. USC, BYU, USC beats Stanford. They might be back, but maybe not. I don't know. At BYU, this will be another tough game. You see, these games, the underdog is almost always at home. Like Houston, Indiana, Pitt, Temple, South Carolina. They're all at home, meaning these could be tough games for the teams here. I do think USC gets a win, but BYU will play it well. Another game that I thought about putting as one of my featured ones, Iowa State and Iowa, the Cy-Hawk rivalry. I just realized there are no ranked matchups. There are no ranked team versus ranked team matchups. Iowa State and Iowa, this will be a good one. At Iowa State, I think that'll play a little bit of an advantage, I guess. I liked Iowa State coming into this year. Then North Iowa took them to 3 OTs. But I do think Iowa State actually gets this win. I like them a lot this year. I say they win by a field goal. They win on a game-winning field goal, 21-20. I really like Iowa State's chances in this game. Sorry if those are small. We got USC winning 35-21. Iowa State winning 21-20. Florida and Kentucky. Kentucky beat Florida last year in a upset, but I think Florida's a lot better this year. Although they struggled with UT Martin in the first quarter. It was 3-0, and they kind of had their hands full with Miami. But I'm gonna take Florida in this one. I think they're a very good team, and they will have a contention to. Dare I say they will be in contention to win the SEC? No, definitely not. Florida State and Virginia. Oh my God, Florida State is an absolute joke this year. They're not the biggest joke on this board, but they are the biggest joke in the state of Florida. They're oh my god, they're so bad. UL Monroe took them to double OT, and their kicker missed an extra point. That was just tragic. That was absolutely tragic. I really wanted UL Monroe to win there. Virginia is a very good team. They are ranked this week, and I think they're gonna make an example out of Florida. Almost fell. They will make an example out of Florida State. I think they will absolutely wipe the floor with them at home. I really like Virginia this year. I think they have a chance to win the ACC. Yes, even with Clemson in there, I think they have a shot. I think UCLA will give Oklahoma a very good run at home. Either it'll be a very close game where Oklahoma has to fight for every point, or it's going to be a blowout. I think it'll be close. I think Oklahoma wins 42-35 at the Rose Bowl Stadium. That's UCLA's home stadium, if you guys didn't know that. I didn't know that for a while. I think it'll be close, but I do think Oklahoma gets the win. And remember the last time they came, the last time that those teams played at the Rose Bowl Stadium, Josh Rosen came back from like 40. Oh wait, that was Texas A&M. Never mind. We're gonna save that. As you can see, there's one game up there. We'll save that for last. It's more special than a featured game, but I mean I can't put it as a featured game. You'll understand why in a second. I thought this was going to be a really big game earlier in the season. I thought Syracuse should have a really big chance to win, but then they went out and got their crap embarrassed by Maryland. However, that was on the road. This is at home. And I think Clemson, I thought that they would lose to Texas A&M. I thought they would come in overconfident and Texas A&M would beat them. That did not happen. Texas A&M basically couldn't get anything going offensively, and 24 points was all it needed to win. I think this game will be different, however. I still think Clemson wins, but Syracuse makes it dangerously close at home. I have the Tigers winning 35-28, but I think this is going to be dangerously close at home. I think Clemson gets a touchdown in the final minute to win. This is going to be a real good game. I probably would have had Syracuse winning, to be honest, if they didn't get embarrassed by Maryland. But I do think that this game will be close, but ultimately I have them getting the win. Now, these last two games, this one and this one, two teams I'm a fan of. Michigan State against Arizona State. Last year, Arizona State won on a game-winning field goal. That game was absolutely terrible. I don't want to... no more messing around with these guys this year. Come on, MSU. Please take care of business. That was at Arizona State. This is at home in East Lansing. I think Michigan State's defense locks up. They lock up, and I think they only surrender one touchdown. And the offense, granted it was against Western Michigan, but the offense did look a lot better, which I'm optimistic about. That's why I think Michigan State will win this game, but Arizona State will make it closer than a lot of people are thinking. This is a very solid Aztec team. And now, Tennessee against UT Chattanooga at Neyland Stadium. Okay, if you guys can't read that, that says UT Chat, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. I think they're an FCS team. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're an SEC team. Jeremy Pruitt, I swear to God, is the biggest clown in the SEC. Back-to-back weeks losing to terrible teams. Georgia State and BYU. At home, those are two games you should win. He's an absolute clown. I hate him. Fire him. I want Butch Jones back. Get rid of him. Tennessee has no idea what they're doing. UT Chattanooga is licking their chops. Tennessee has a 97% chance to win this game. Not only does Chattanooga cover the spread, oh shoot, they will win the game. 21-17. I can't trust this Tennessee team anymore. They're the laughingstock of the SEC. I thought that was Arkansas. It's Tennessee. This team's absolutely terrible. They are awful. They cannot run the ball. They cannot play defense. Jerry Garantano has no time to throw. His brain is getting turned into liquid soup. Chattanooga's going to win. I know they're going to win. They're going to win. Tennessee, probably, if they lose this game, they're going 0-12. No question about it. How did this team beat Auburn last year? No idea. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. This was supposed to be uploaded yesterday, but I had a lot of stuff to do. I had an English essay due, so I didn't have time to do this video. But Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.